I told Senator Udall I've never had my husband introduced as being retired. I can't wait to tell him. He's a lawyer and is so busy he doesn't get to come up here that often. But I am thrilled to be here, and I think it's even better that you're here, because I think the fact that you've come from Colorado to D.C., it's phenomenal, because you are really getting to see firsthand all the things, the good and bad things that go on. But I think it's important for you to have a firsthand look at really what you can do to affect change in the governmental process, but certainly to represent your state of Colorado and share with your senators, Michael Bennet and Mark Udall, all the things that are very, very important to you. And there's nothing better for me than to have a firsthand, face-to-face look at the people who are really on the ground and giving us advice on what we need to do. I did want to share when the first trip I took when I was a U.S. Senator was with Senator Udall and a few others, and we did go to Afghanistan and Pakistan, and we were on one of the military transport planes, and all of a sudden these sort of flares came out. You remember that? The flares came out, and evidently there was some heat coming up from some sort of ground fire towards our plane, and we did a sharp bank, and then we ended up having to do an emergency landing at, I think, at Bagram after that. He's pretty exciting to travel with. And then when we were in Pakistan, there aren't any other U.S. senators or House members that I know of that can talk with the president and the other leaders of Pakistan about climbing, was it K2? When he stands up and tells them that he's climbed the tallest mountain in their country, he is welcome, let me tell you, welcome with open arms. And then it just happened to be my birthday, and I believe it was also the president's birthday in May, and I did get a little gift. So, but it didn't have anything to do with, nowhere near the accolades that Senator Udall got for being a mountain climber in Pakistan. So it was, it's great to serve with him. But what I really wanted to hear today is talk about my state of North Carolina and some of the things that I see the same as what you see in Colorado, and it's jobs, jobs, jobs. I think the fact that two of your universities are hosting this, I think that is of premier importance. The fact that education, I think, is the most important thing that we should be doing at a government level, federal and state. It is our future. And I have always been a strong supporter of the university system in North Carolina. We have a 16-campus university at the University of North Carolina level, and we also have 58 community colleges. In North Carolina, just about within a 30-minute drive, you can get to any of our community colleges. And when I look at our unemployment rate, we have close to 10% in North Carolina. Some of our counties are at 17%. We have really been hit hard. We were hit hard years ago with the loss of manufacturing overseas, particularly in textiles, furniture. We had huge losses. So this, the 2008 recession continued to hit us hard. One time I was visiting the Chamber of Commerce in one of our smaller communities in eastern North Carolina, and I'll never forget they said, guess what we export? It's our children, because there are no jobs in that community for the children. So one of the things that I constantly talk about is the fact that we know we have a serious debt problem, we know we have a serious deficit problem, and we have to get that under control. And I'm a big proponent and supporter of the Erskine Bowles-Allen Simpson report. But I also know that we can't just cut our way out of this. We have to reform our tax code, and we have to make investments. And those investments have to be in education, they have to be in infrastructure, and they have to be in research and development. And infrastructure includes our roads and our bridges and our airports and our trains, but it also includes broadband, so that those areas in rural North Carolina and rural Colorado and rural America can have access to the types of equipment so that small businesses have a chance to compete not only with other states in our nation, but around the world. And I think that that's an area of infrastructure investment that we're going to have to concentrate on. And as I go across communities in North Carolina, I host Conversations with Kay. And that's an opportunity for me to go in my 100 counties. I've done 62 so far. And it's, you know, there are jobs out there. The problem is there's a mixed match between what kind of skilled labor is necessary to do those jobs. And I was in Matthews, North Carolina, and accompanied, and I was hosting a roundtable, bringing people together. And Leonard Automatic said, we're trying to hire 8 people, but we can't find the right skill of the individuals to come take these jobs. Sitting at the same round table was Dr. Tony Zeist, who is the president of the Central Piedmont Community College. It's located in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. And, you know, putting those 2 individuals together, it was obvious that the CEO of Leonard Automatics had no idea that he could coordinate with the community college, have training provided by our community college to help train the individuals for the skills that he needed. I've got a bill now called the America Works Act, and it's based on credentials from a manufacturing standpoint, that if individuals get these credentials primarily from their community colleges, then employers will know that they have the skill set necessary to do those jobs, whether it's in manufacturing, whether it's in welding, whether it's in automotive, whether it's in aerospace, you name it, we can train our people in this country. And I'm hoping that we can get that, that America Works Act out, and I think it would really help our education system and really put people back to work. I've heard that there's over 3 million job openings available in our country right now, and we've got to do everything possible to be sure that we can train people to go back to work. I've also got a concern on the student loan rates. Here we are at 3.4%, and if we don't act, it's going back up to 6.8%. I think anybody in here would like to get a return on a CD at 3.4% today. And what are we talking about? We've got to figure out how to make this happen. And I think a lot of people don't understand that the way things are, quote, scored by the Congressional Budget Office, we already have in the Treasury, supposedly, that money coming in at 6.8%. So because of that, we have to find a pay-for in order to drop it to 3.4%, to keep that student loan rate at 3.4%. So that's the battle that's going on right now in Congress. We need to work together for our students to be sure that their interest rates don't go up to 6.8% for student loan debt. Once again, that is an investment in our future, and I am a big believer in having people go back, get retraining, go to our universities, and really be able to make a difference for themselves and their families and their careers. I also have another bill called the Common Application Form. At the universities, I presume you use the Common App for admissions. Well, this bill actually says for small businesses doing business with our government, let's not burden them with an incredible amount of paperwork. Let's have a common application form so that any time they're looking to do contracting with the federal government, looking at any other the sources that they need help from the federal government, let's use one common application instead of reams and reams and reams of paperwork. So what this bill does, it asks the Economic Development Authority under the area of commerce to convene 12 federal agencies, ask them what do they need in a common application, and then it would be handled under the Small Business Authority on a web portal. So just to me, some good old common sense ideas based on what's out there already that we can copy and bring to the federal government. That's what I think we need to be working on.